Since they were losing money even before interest and taxes, obviously they're negative. You don't want those numbers to be negative. But this firm being Boeing, and remember, they got a lot of money from the federal government during COVID times that actually doesn't show up there. Those were forgivable loans. You want that number times interest ratio to be at least 2, okay? You gotta be able to earn at least half of, uh, at least double what you have to make in interest payments. In a sense, you have some money left to pay off from the principal. Oops, not that one. Another ratio we're gonna do is called uh, covered cash coverage ratio. That's essentially EBITDA uh, divided by interest expense, or that's equal to TI plus depreciation over interest expense. You're going to find most of the times depreciation in statement of cash flows. So let's do that for Boeing. Where did we calculate those numbers? No, that's Google. Cash coverage ratio. You're going to take that ratio plus statements of financial position, cash flow. Let me see. Depreciation and amortization divided by interest payments. Where are you? Oh, okay, it's here. But since it's shown as negative, this number is going to be negative. Even before depreciation, they were negative. And firms like Boeing can have a lot of depreciation. In my own equity analysis practice, I also tend to find some other non-cash expenses. For example, if you go to statement of cash flows, let me see. Share-based plans expense. I do those and they don't have much in terms of other stuff. I also consider them non-cash expenses because they are. So I would add them to depreciation and calculate it that way. For companies like Google, those numbers are actually much bigger. It's called stock-based compensation expense. $11 billion. Okay. And let's look at their depreciation. It shouldn't be much. Where are you? My eyes are betraying me. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm in a different place. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, okay. It's about 12 billion depreciation and amortization and about 14 billion in stock-based compensation expense. The idea behind cash coverage ratio is to deduct, is to add back interest expense, taxes, and non-cash expenses to net income and divide by interest. In a sense, how much cash-like income you have to cover your interest expenses. That's $14 billion. That's a lot of money. Let's start talking about uh, asset efficiency ratios. The most well-known one of them is inventory turnover. It's basically cost of goods sold divided by inventory. Remember, inventory is listed as cost. A related ratio is called days sales in inventory. It has exactly the same information. It's just a different way of looking at it. 365 divided by inventory turnover. Let's calculate them for Google, even though they don't have much inventory.